All right, guess what? It is time to get into a little Keller Williams knowledge today, talking about technology today with Alex Myler. She is our tech trainer here at Keller Williams Realty East Idaho. So, Alex, when I say tech trainer, what in the world does that mean? What are your responsibilities here?
Well, I know the tech trainer role can kind of make it seem like the technology is a little complicated, but actually, my whole role is just to make it simple and easy to integrate into your business to help it grow.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you do a brilliant job. And I
Thank
think today what I
you.
wanted to do is just have a little visit with you, talk about the Keller Williams technology so that people, what we're doing is we're sharing this information with other agents who are out in our marketplace because so many things have changed in the last couple of years in the industry.
In the last year.
In the
Oh my
last year,
gosh.
yeah.
Yeah.
So just giving a little exposure about some of the things that we're doing that are unique to Keller Williams. So we're going to jump into that a little bit today, and it should be a lot of fun.
Absolutely. It's going to be a good time.
Yeah. So just give me a real quick background about how did you end up here at Keller Williams and into technology?
Oh, geez. Okay. It's kind of a long and convoluted story, but just to kind of give the short of it, I've had a few different really, really awesome jobs in my lifetime. I ran a call center for 5 years, almost six. And then I used to actually operate a hotel in Las Vegas on the Las Vegas Strip called Park MGM. It was an awesome opportunity. And then I relocated back to Idaho Falls and I kind of wanted to look into real estate. And so I got a job as a transaction coordinator here for one of the real estate agents. And she looked at me and she saw a lot of potential and a lot of things that I was doing in her business. And she then pushed me to really look into how I can contribute to the market center. And then I became the market center tech trainer here. So I actually serve all 257 of our agents to help them with their technology right now.
And we love that. That's been a really big blessing for us here at Keller Williams. So game changing. So thank you so much. It's a privilege to work with you on a daily basis.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Yeah. And if you're watching this video today, I think you'll really start to get a feel by the time we get through this interview of just the talent, the passion, the excitement that Alex has about technology. So I'm going to ask you kind of a trick question. Actually, it's not a trick question, but so the technology that we refer to here at Keller Williams, we call it Command. Mm-hmm. And Command is an all-in-one platform, A to Z, that includes everything you need to do to run a large, great, amazing real estate business. Mm-hmm. So here's the tough question for you. With all of those things included in it, what are your three favorite elements or applets or things that an agent are going to jump into and just be like, wow, this is a game changer for me?
Well, if I had to pick my top three, it's kind of like picking your favorite kid. So it's kind of hard. But if I had to say the top three, first would be the CRM, the client relation management portion of Command, which we refer to as contacts. I think a lot of times, and maybe this is just me guessing, but sometimes it's hard to keep track of all your contacts, right? You write down someone's name on a napkin, it goes in the back of your car. And then a few months later, you're like, oh, shoot, I went and knocked on that person's door. They said they'd be ready to sell in a month. What do I do? How do I find out that info, right? So what's really cool about the contacts portion of the CRM is that you can have all of your contacts synchronized between multiple software and multiple devices so that you can actually have your command sync with Google Suite. You can have command sync with Microsoft Office Suite. You can also integrate with this really cool relationship we have with PySync, which then takes applications like Salesforce or industry-specific applications like Boomtown or Real Geeks, and it keeps all your data in one spot. So instead of trying to say, oh, shoot, I got a real estate technology from a convention 4 years ago, I forgot the password, and I can't have access to my data anymore because your data is your business. Your database is your business.
Yeah. And when you mentioned that napkin conversation, I can't tell you how many times I had a floater that I've been digging through my desk looking for it, trying to find it. And by the time I found it when I was cleaning my office, like 2 years later, of course, the business is gone.
Yeah.
And so, it's like what you're talking about. It's like you're catching sand in your hands as you're working in the real estate industry, and everything just seeps through your fingers. So with Command, the CRM portion, it allows you to kind of just
keep it all.
Yeah.
And you can plant those seeds and then watch them grow instead of say, oh, shoot, where'd that go? And then miss business. You don't have to miss business now.
Yeah. And you did the effort to get that initial contact. So why not nurture it all the way through until it becomes business and a client, a long-term client?
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay. So that's number one. What's number two?
Oh, okay. So then the second one I would say is the Smart Plan applet, which is really, really neat. So Smart Plans is essentially where you take a business strategy or a model or process you have, and you either download a already catered Smart Plan for you, or you can make your own. So what's really neat is that we actually have 20.8 million Smart Plans that have moved through this system. And we have a amazing culture here at Keller Williams that if one Smart Plan's working for someone and they want to publish it to the Smart Plan library, then it's accessible to all real estate agents to use. So there's no gatekeeping of business practices or anything like that. It's just purely transparent, and we can help each other. So I think that's awesome. A community sharing of business strategies is cool.
It is. It's one of the biggest surprises people have when they come to Keller Williams to see how open and transparent people are in their business models. So I want to spend a little more time on this. So Smart Plans, I just want to walk through an example of one of those so that people can really understand what a Smart Plan is. So you recently wrote one that you published that's now being shared across the nation with 180,000 other agents.
Yeah.
And it's actually was part of a contest in the Pacific Northwest, and you're winning.
Yes, I tend to do that. So that's a little bit overconfident, but I actually made a review Smart Plan. And the intention behind my Smart Plan is that I saw when I was a transaction coordinator that there's a lot of follow-up that also comes with your business. We want to really push you guys to have that referral business that comes later. So the intention behind this Smart Plan is that you create a full business transaction. And when that transaction ends, because of the amazing portions of our platform, you can have tag triggers, which then allow you to say, oh, this person is closed, deal 2020, 2021. And now this Smart Plan is going to auto send out an email that says, thank you so much for doing business with me. I would love to get some feedback. And it's a really beautiful HTML email that you can custom design using one of our other applets called Designs, which is similar to Canva.
So really quick before you move on that, some people may not know what HTML is when you say an HTML email. Mm-hmm. So what's the difference between a standard email I send out of Gmail and an HTML email?
Well, an HTML email is going to be those really pretty graphic emails, right? They have clickable buttons, they have images, it has a border. It looks very similar to any kind of, well, I would say marketing emails that you get. Like I have an IFC subscription, so that's kind of the same format. They're basically coded emails that present a graphic. So that's really awesome.
So it really helps with an agent's branding.
Oh, absolutely. You can keep your aesthetic, you can keep your whole brand intention, and they know that if they get an email that has green in it, they know it's from you, kind of as an example. So you create a fancy HTML graphic email that allows your clients to give a one-click to your website link, and then they can leave a review for you, which is awesome because that's how you can build a referral business, which is really important, right?
It's true. We're in the digital age. You know,
absolutely.
How many of us, before we go to a service or we're reviewing a product online, we go and we look at the reviews, right? Because we want to see what other people's experience is with that. So yeah, this is an important part of our industry for sure.
Yeah. And just coming from it as a consumer, like I'm trusting you with a really big investment. I'm going to do some research on the back end, you know? And then what's really cool about this too is that it's written in the intention that it also double checks you. So you add people to the Smart Plan and it sends it out and it actually repeats as many times as you want it to. So it's kind of a set it and forget it Smart Plan. So you add people to the Smart Plan, either they go to your links or they don't, and you can check those using different various technology. And then you can also see there will be a task reminder that pops that says, hey, double check if you have any tasks. Because how often do you have a system that you just kind of hope you're following, right? We have a checklist in our head and this is how I do my business. And that's awesome. But if you have it down on paper and you also have a platform that reminds you to do those tasks, you're going to be more successful.
Yeah. And I think that is an amazing piece of the Smart Plan technology. You know, it's each of us in the real estate industry, we've thought through what the perfect transaction looks like, or the perfect communication, or the perfect closing, or the perfect whatever it is.
Yeah.
And the Smart Plan allows us to go in and create that perfect flow, create it once, and then we can, what we refer to as launch it against any individual or client or activity. And then all of a sudden it's automated, right? We get the reminders right on the time that we need to get them.
Yep.
There's automated emails, automated text messages.
Mhm.
And the other cool thing about it is it records all of those to the client's database file in the CRM.
Absolutely. Absolutely. How often do you think that people have to copy and paste notes between different platforms that they use? Or they have to say, hey, I know that they're in this and this third party. Actually, will you add them into this and this third party? Hope the deal goes through. Hope it wasn't wasted effort, right? It's giving you back minutes that equal then hours that equal days of your life back.
Yeah. And that really helps us to define what is different about this technology.
Yep.
So there's a lot of great technology in the real estate industry right now. The challenge is it's all third party, meaning it's not connected, right? So you have one piece for your CRM, you have one for your lead generation, maybe you have three for your lead generation, you have one for your closing process, you have all these different things that are not intertwined, not connected, like what you're talking about, multiple data entry points, right?
Yep.
Where's the efficiency of that? So Keller Williams 5 years ago stopped the boat and said, where's the future?
Yeah, which is so cool. And honestly, that brings me to kind of what my third favorite thing is. And it's actually the reports applet. And don't get me wrong, there's 11 amazing applets inside. So I hope that, we can continue and show off those in, the near future. But the reports applet, I'm a very data-driven person. And I think that what's really unique about our platform is, like you said, there's so many third-party software pieces that you need to pull the data out of. And it's your data. You deserve it. You worked hard to farm that data. You worked hard to get that information. But now what do you do with it? Are you an Excel expert who can all of a sudden make these different worksheets, make a pivot table, break down this information to then use it to further your business? If so, that's awesome. If not, we have you covered with the reports applet. So depending on your transaction management, your conversion rates, different things that we have AI technology built inside this platform to track, you can actually look back on your goals that you set inside the same reports applet and say, wow, I am like 3% away from hitting this goal. Here's how I can kind of overcorrect myself. And now I'm on track. And it's that piece by piece data analytics that I think a lot of other platforms don't have. And it's that final connection piece, because now you can be a strategist with your business. You can look and see how much probable income and potential income I'm going to have. You can also look and say, wow, if I get, 300,000 leads in my CRM, by the end of the year, I'll close this many transactions based on my conversion percentages. The path is in the math, but you don't have to do it. You can just look at it.
And that is so brilliant. There are so many different data points that we track, right? And all of them are specific to what happens in a real estate transaction and industry, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so being able to track it all the way from generating leads to nurturing leads to writing offers, what your ratio is on getting those accepted, the number that fall out once you get accepted, every data point all the way through just really helps you to fine tune your business and become more successful in what you do.
Absolutely. And that's all we want. That's all we want. We just want you to be as successful as possible. There's, like we talked about, there's no gatekeeping. It's all open here. Like, my whole goal is that you have a successful business, and that's how I'm successful in my role. And it's kind of crazy because the only reason my role exists is because of Command. I don't think of any third-party software that actually has an in-house trainer or someone who will go at your pace, or someone who will say, hey, if you use this A and B testing model, here's how we can get you more leads. I don't think there's any.
That's actually a big point. I want to emphasize that.
Yeah.
What is your full-time job at Keller Williams?
Fully Keller Williams technology. My whole role is inside Command and utilizing it to build better businesses with it.
With the agents, individual agents.
Yep.
So if an agent wants to integrate technology, where do they go?
Me.
And you're always available, and this is your full-time job.
Yep, absolutely.
This is awesome. And this is awesome. I'm going to leave it at that. But I want to throw in my three favorites.
Okay.
So my three favorites, this is kind of fun. I'm going to have a little different perspective being an agent.
Yeah.
So the first one that I'm going to talk about is our relationship with Facebook.
Yeah, that's a good one.
This is a game changer, because Facebook really has this algorithm because of the fair housing laws and stuff like that. When you try to do an ad in Facebook using just your regular account, I have never once submitted an ad in the past where it was approved by Facebook.
Yeah.
It gets flagged and rejected. That's the standard.
Because Facebook has no way to verify that you are an agent.
Exactly.
They'll just look at it and say, huh, someone's trying to advertise a house and I don't know who they are. The Fair Housing Act's going to
Yep. Yeah. The default is you're guilty until proven innocent.
Mm-hmm.
And as an agent, I don't want to spend all that time going back
No.
and saying, okay, who do I need to talk to get this ad approved?
Yeah. Have you tried to talk to Facebook? It's hard.
Impossible.
It's impossible.
Yeah. So here's what's really interesting. Facebook and Keller Williams have a formal contract relationship. They work together. They meet together on a weekly basis.
Mm-hmm.
They share data back and forth,
Yep.
and it's fully integrated into Command.
Yep.
And here's where that gets powerful. Me as an agent, I can run an ad now, but it's not Stephen Hatch running the ad. It's Keller Williams running the ad, meaning when I submit and click, it's integrated right into Command software. When I click submit and I get all the analytics and everything and the criteria that Facebook gives you to narrow down your crowd that you're marketing to.
Oh yeah, you can do full ad targeting.
Yeah, full ad targeting.
Mm-hmm.
When I click submit, Facebook sees it as Keller Williams corporate 180,000 agents.
Yep.
And Keller Williams actually pays that bill.
Yeah.
I pay Keller Williams International. So it's like this. Let's say that you're another agent and I'm an agent. You and you're not at Keller Williams. You submit an ad and somehow you get it approved. You go through that fun rigmarole in order to get that done. Then we get to a point that we're now competing head to head on the ad spend.
Yep.
Facebook looks at your ad and my ad and says, okay, I have Alex, a single person that has 2,000 followers. I have Keller Williams, who has hundreds of thousands, probably even millions of followers, and also a big ad spend because they're spending X amount of dollars every week. Who's going to get the priority of that ad? You know, it's like Nike competing against John Smith at home kind of a thing. We get priority through Facebook because of that formal relationship that we have with them.
I kind of want to look at it using the same thing, like a Nike ad versus you posting a $5 shoe ad on Facebook Marketplace. Like the relationship there is so pivotal. And we have that same relationship with Google. Like we're the only brokerage that's now a tech company that actually has a fully partnered relationship with Google and Facebook. So you're viewed as a $25 million user. And what's also cool is, I mean, not to delve too deep into this, but I have the ability through Command to not only reach my entire sphere of influence if I have the same data point that's used inside Facebook, and I can reach out to as many people I want to target to based off my paid ad. So it's not a maybe or a only or a kinda sometimes. It's an and to your business. It's a marketing to your sphere of influence. It's marketing to people that you have on Facebook, and it's marketing to people that you don't know who you can enter into business with.
Yeah. And then going back to something we talked about before, the integration into Command is 100%, meaning that if somebody clicks on, they want to learn more from my Facebook ad, I don't have to export that data and import it into my CRM. It is integrated into Command. Yeah,
we call that the life cycle of a lead. So if you get and that's really, this is part of a smart plan plug too, is that you can get a lead from Facebook. It auto deposits it into your CRM portion of Command. And then from there, you can start them on a smart plan. And you can have that automatic communication. So you can be getting hundreds of leads a day and sifting through the ones that are real very, very quickly. And it will remind you when to call. It will remind you when to check in. It will send them emails. It will send them text messages. Like the potential of lead management inside this is incredible.
Yeah. And really the creativity is the only thing that's going to limit us.
Yeah.
But the power, again, going back to the nationwide share mentality, how many different smart plans were available?
20.8 million so far.
20.8 million.
I have a few that I'm rolling out this week. Like there's lots of new things that are coming out. And what's really cool, and I think that we've talked about this in previous times, but Gary Keller, he wrote the book on how to make $1 million in real estate. And then he gave you systems and models, and that's awesome. And now you have a platform that executes those systems and models and executes that pathway to receive that. So like I said, the potential here is just limitless.
Yeah. So brilliant. Love that. Okay. So that full integration, I love the Facebook piece right there. And when you look at where we are in the industry and where we're headed, digital is so important.
It's the next step. We're in the fourth industrial revolution right now.
Yep. So that's an area where we can catapult ahead in the industry and just keep a sure footing there. Okay, so number 2 for me is the referral niche that exists within the software as well. So in the past, if I had a referral I wanted to send out to another state, I would go and I would look at realtor.com. Maybe I'd go and look at my company's national website just to get a list of people. But Keller Williams changed the game dramatically in this. And there's 2 components that I love. So number 1, I have somebody I'm going to send out. I can go to that city and identify by neighborhood who is selling properties in that neighborhood or that region or that section of a city. I can sort it based off of production of those agents. So if I don't want, if I have a client that has specific needs and they need a top producing agent, I can go and identify who sold the most homes in this neighborhood. That is awesome.
Yeah.
And then here's the other part. Well, there's 2 more pieces I'm going to share that's amazing. So let's say that you just generate a lead because somebody found out that you're a real estate agent and they didn't know what to do. They're moving to St. George.
Yeah.
You can actually go into the system, right in Command, go to the referral applet, and from there you can auction off.
Yep. Yeah, you can auction
referral.
off. Yeah, it's called the broadcast feature. So you can broadcast to quite a few agents and say, hey guys, I have this really sweet referral going. Let me know if you're interested. So then you can just really make sure that your client gets the best experience. And what's also really neat is that you can track the whole thing. I know you're probably going to get to that, but I won't cut you out. But yeah,
this is big.
So you can track the entire referral process. You can see exactly where they're at in the transaction. You can see if that referral has been worked yet. So instead of having to wonder, I have this cherished client that I've been keeping for X amount of time and I just gave them away to someone. I hope they work it. I hope it goes well. Now you can see every step of the way. It's not email communication saying, hey, I just want to check in about that referral I sent you, right? It's fully transparent. It's fully able for you to see exactly each step of that.
Yeah, they're looking at homes. In fact, you can see what homes they're looking at.
Yeah.
They just wrote an offer. Offer was accepted. Yep. Closing date will show in there. It's closed. It's all step-by-step. Track. Amazing. Crazy. Yeah. Okay. So here's the next one. Southeast Idaho is still in the same referral kind of applet talking about that. Southeast Idaho, we're getting a lot of people relocating here from out of state.
A lot. Yeah.
There's a feature in Command where you can go in and say, okay, Idaho Falls, where are people being referred from?
Yeah, a relocation pattern. Isn't that insane?
It is amazing.
Yeah.
I love that. So think about the creativity you can do with this. By identifying where people are coming from, I can reach out and start formalizing relationships with agents in those markets. Hey, I'm your person over here. Or what about this? If it's legal in that state, always check with your broker, make sure that everything is on the up and up and everything. Yeah. But start a campaign, a Facebook campaign, moving to Idaho. I'm your agent.
Yep.
And so identify areas that are hot to move to this location, market to them, market to agents in that area. It's amazing. Just love it. And we also have it going the other way as well. So we can identify patterns anywhere in the United States. Where are people coming and going to from certain cities and stuff like that?
We're purely just trying to make you guys as smart as possible, right? Yeah. Just giving you as much data intelligence that we can.
Yeah. Okay. So on to number 3. You ready for this one? So my background is in graphic arts. And because of that, I love graphic arts. Anything that's visual, count me in. I love that. And so that's the next applet I want to talk about. And one of my 3 favorites, and that's designs.
What's a good one?
Yeah. So designs, what's unique about that? Like there's great programs out there. Photoshop, that's one that I grew up, cut my teeth on, mastered. Yeah. But Canva is another really popular one right now. And there's others out there that have templates, really good looking templates.
Yeah.
But this is the only one that was ever created for the real estate industry.
Yeah.
Meaning the content's already designed towards what we do in real estate. And the integration, again, how everything is not standalone. Canva is a standalone. So if you want to create a flyer of your homes and stuff like that, an open house or hangers for putting on neighbors' homes on a just listed, using Canva, Photoshop, stuff like that, you have to export your pictures.
Yep, you got to upload,
Yeah, I gotta upload
download,
them.
re-upload, re-download, put this here, move this there. Oh, I have to resize. Oh, I have to reformat. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Can get cumbersome.
oh, it's awful. And so in designs, it's fully integrated. My listings are already in
Yep.
designs.
Yeah.
All my photos are in designs. All my write-ups are in designs. Everything that I use to list that property, logos, yeah, my picture, all my branding.
You can connect your Google Drive to it.
Oh, look, an agent's calling for some assistance right now.
It's my sister.
Sister. Okay. She's not an agent yet. So
not yet.
Yeah.
Slowly. Sorry.
Yeah. But, and also another fun thing is you can brand, you can create the branded colors and fonts and everything, create the template for that. So it populates to every template that's available.
Yeah. So something that, I mean, every business has an aesthetic. Every business has a brand to it. At some point you have a logo, something like that, that just shows that you're you in all of your things, right? Consistent marketing. What's really cool is that you can create, like you said, this brand asset kit. You can have all of your colors picked out. You can have all your fonts picked out. You can have everything that you want to use to represent your brand. And then you can apply that to any design. And there are thousands. And what's really cool is that, not to, delve too deep, but you can also pull in automatic templates that already exist for you. So we talked a little bit about how sometimes creativity can be a hindrance, right?
Yeah.
We have a full marketing team in Austin, Texas, that's already making marketing collateral for you. So let's say you don't want to recreate the wheel, or you're like, oh, I don't want to have to make a listing presentation from scratch. You don't have to. It's already there. It's already formatted. You get to customize it. You get to make it yours, but you can just hurry with like a very, very, very limited amount of work, customize an entire listing presentation that looks nothing like anybody else's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really powerful. And let's just talk about one piece that just came out here recently called the Easing, the magazine, digital magazine.
It's so cute and it looks so nice. And what's really cool is that so part of it is so customizable. And then there's pieces of it that are already produced for you. So it's 16 pages right now, and it's released every quarter. So you can edit certain elements of it to reflect yourself, your business, your associates, how you, whatever you like to show off to your clients. And then there's already personally catered magazine articles that are written by the marketing team just to showcase some other pieces of real estate and just kind of, keep it light, keep it fun, like spring resolutions, things like that. Like, kind of a little bit of a home blog. And then you can actually take that link and either you can share it out through a smart plan because it's a digital magazine, or you can get it printed. And it's super cheap to print through us because we own all the technology. So you can print out 40 copies for less than $5, I'm sure.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's just give an example. So those who have used Canva or some other graphic program to download a template and then put their stuff into it, it is not uncommon to run anywhere from a quick project of 8 minutes to something that's even 30 minutes, depending on how much customization you have to do with that. So if I wanted to do an ad in Facebook, and I was going to use a template in designs about a home that I just listed, how long would it take me to go in, pick a template, customize it with my listing information, my graphics, my colors, pictures of the home that I have listed? How long would that take typically?
I don't think less than or more than 2 minutes, 2 to 3, because what's cool is that pretty much everything you need, you just click a little plus button and it puts it on there for you. So you can move over 3 bed, 3 bath, 1 acre. You can move over the address title by clicking a button. You have these little buttons that allow you to replace images with just literally 1 click. So the personalization is so fast, and you can change the colors as fast. I would say fully done in 3 minutes.
Yeah. And that just actually brought up something else. And this is a stretch connecting these together, but from designs, I'm going back into Facebook. One of the other great benefits of Facebook, which was my number one, is all of the data that we have. 180,000 agents that are using this, they track the data points that are working.
Yeah.
And so when you're writing your ad, it'll say use a recommendation. You click on that and it'll go through several headlines that are working right now, meaning these are ads that are getting clicks.
Yep. It's a full marketing professional in a box for you.
Yeah, at a very deep level,
Yeah.
based off of science and results.
Mhm.
That's what blows me away. Anyway, okay, we've probably gone too long in this, but it's really exciting. So, if somebody were interested and said, I really like what you're talking about, do you offer an opportunity to sit down and kind of explore what agents are using for their technology, and then what options they would have at Keller Williams, and what that would look like
Oh,
in a
yeah.
transition?
So I am very flexible in my time. My whole role here, and we've talked about it, is just to get people integrated into tech to build their business and help it grow. So, first we meet, we talk a little bit about the technology you're using, how we can kind of cut out some of that tech if possible to kind of give you some money back too, which is really nice. And then from there we go, and I either build you a personal onboarding experience, or you can go through any of the onboarding videos that I have provided here. And then I have a lot of different, I use the technology too to send out my own marketing collateral, to send out my own campaigns to get people involved. So it's very, very transparent that I am always available to help in all ways possible.
Yeah. Oh, it's super excited. I am. Anyway, thank you so much, Alex, for spending some time with us. Great to visit with you. We will dive deeper into technology over the next few days, and we'll be sending out some more stuff to you so you can look a little more in depth and just see for yourself what the technology looks like. It's a lot of fun.
It's so fun. And it's so, I don't want to say easy to jinx it, but it's pretty easy.
Yeah, it is, especially when you have a great teacher.
Yep.
All right. So until we get you another update, be watching for it. We'll give you a notice via text before the email shows up. So you can be watching for that.
Enjoy our smart plan.
See ya.